Welcome one, welcome all to the NJCAAE Match of the Week. Thank you for our sponsors, the Army, I guess. Shakir, how you doing today? We got the Northern Virginia Community College. It's Nova versus Bergen Community College, the Bergen Bulldogs. How you feeling about this matchup?
Oh, I'm feeling so good. I'm ready for some collegiate level Valorant, specifically keeping my eye on the 7-0 Nova coming out, watching them perform week after week. So excited that they're back up on the match of the week stage. And Bergen, 5-2, not far behind, but this would be a good time for them to knock off the top team. So the storylines kind of just build themselves. I'm loving it.
Yeah, 7-0, looking to finish this season perfect. Bergen is pretty much their main contenders. They're having a fantastic season for themselves. I mean, 5-2, you can't expect them to go down without a fight. And if they go down at all, this is going to be a banger matchup, and I personally can't wait. Honestly, for me, these leagues are really getting me warmed up for some of the major international tournaments, and you can kind of see some of the picks on some of these teams kind of mirror what's going on the grander scale in the professional league. And I'm interested to see if some of these VCT picks kind of leak their way into the collegiate scene, or if it's kind of just something where you pick what you know the best, and you kind of find success through your own team's play style, which obviously is always a great formula. But it's really just really that extra flavor that gets added into the collegiate scene. That's what I love about it. It's you never really know. There's no defined meta here, and especially in the Valorant's current state as it is right now,
Yep.
you have a lot of flexibility with the pick. There's no
Oh, yeah.
real right or wrong answer just yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious, right? Like, how much I think we can go through different routes, right? You can either stick with the old meta, which is at this point several weeks gone. So I'm sure a lot of these teams have adapted. You can look at what the pros are doing and try and take those strats in, those compositions, and kind of like trickle down economics type stuff, which never works in my opinion. Or you
Yeah,
can see if these lower tier teams are being more innovative and they're trying new things because the stakes aren't quite as high as a pro team. So it is curious, especially only a couple of weeks out from this new patch, this new update, where some of these teams are trying to go, and that's the fun part about watching teams at this league because they're competitive enough to where we're gonna see serious strats, but the stakes aren't quite there where they can get a little risky and also play a couple of these pocket picks who might be a little bit off meta. So, especially in this ever shifting landscape, this would be the time to see some. This would be the time to see some exciting new picks that we probably won't see in Iceland.
Yeah, it's also really cool how Valorant has kind of found this kind of this cool middle ground where a game like Valorant, because the maps can differ so drastically, there are certain picks that are just so viable in one map and just are nowhere to be seen in another. Specifically, I think of the Rays. Probably you can see a
Yeah.
ton of Rays on maps like Bind. You're not gonna see a whole lot of Rays on maps like Breeze just because of how specialized some of these agents are. And so, really, got to give Riot a shout out there. They did a great job of making a game where everyone has their own niches to fill, and even after some of the heavier nerfs on agents such as Viper, you still see Viper coming out
Yeah.
in several maps. You still see Viper as a pretty decent pick, and one that you really won't see a lot of people getting mad at the moment. And that's just a matter of team preference. It's a matter of how comfortable they are and what they know about each specific agent on each map. And of course, you always have that X factor of it's not all about the agent. It's not like a game like League of Legends where your entire playstyle is going to be based off of who you pick. Obviously, your shots hitting is a huge part of it. If you could hit your shot, you get to make a lot of agents work because you're just better. So I'm really interested to see what Nova's going for, just because they're the 7-0 team. They're dictating their own pace, and whatever they're doing, it's working for them. So I want to see what kind of picks they bring out here. I do believe the teams are finishing up their map picks and their map bans at the moment. We should be jumping into it in just a second here. But I Oh, looks like Pickman just got finished up. I'm getting word from our producers. That's fantastic here to hear because I don't know about you, Shakir, but I am an impatient guy when it comes to Valorant from the board. I always want to get in there as fast as possible. I really enjoy being able to watch the best teams in the tournament go at it, and that's exactly what we get here with this best of three this week.
Hey, well, you've done a great job vamping here this whole time, so I appreciate that. But yeah, the pick bands are in, and it looks like we'll start off on Ascent as the first pick, picked by Bergen and Nova on the defending side to start that up. So kind of what you were saying earlier, they are the 7-0 team, and I think it's up for that Northern Virginia team to control the tempo. And they're starting on the defending side, but I would hope that they do get a little bit more aggro, especially on a map like Ascent, where that defending side can lean a little bit stronger at times. So I am hoping that they pick a composition that allows them to really take control of the tempo early on, because the good old saying is that if you can control the pace of the game, then you control the game. And of course, if you control the game, then you'll win it. I mean, it's just simple mathematics at that point. So I am hoping that we see something a little bit more explosive and less passive out of that side. And that should set us up then, Tristan, for some immediate action.
Yeah, and Ascent is one of those maps that is just so utility heavy. Whereas some maps, in this obviously every map, utility is going to play an important part. But you see a lot of amazing setups early on in a map like Ascent, where you can get aggressive towards. I'm thinking specifically towards the main sides of B main, A main. You can have the omens throw a paranoia through the wall around tree. There's just a lot of really tricky setups you can get. So when I see a team picking a map like Ascent, I'm assuming they have some great setups, some great set pieces, and I'm interested to see how much early kills they can get off of their aggressive play and how well versed they are in these early movements throughout the map. Because you see a lot of the top teams when they have Ascent as one of their top picks, it's because their coach has set them with so many tools and so many options when it comes to early plays.
Yeah, because there is only that one main entrance onto site on A and B, I'd 100% agree with you where I think this is a very setup and execution heavy map. So it's always exciting to see what these teams kind of bring out of the bags. And of course, that does depend on what composition they bring to the table. So here we go. Picks and bans already underway. Nova on that defending side, Bergen on the attacking side. And we already see the KO locked in, the Brim locked in on the defense, a Chamber, a Sova, a Rezo. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a little bit more of that aggression between Chamber and Rays, trying taking up some space, and then you have the flashes as well to initiate from the KO. So I like what Nova is doing here off the bat.
Oh yeah, and Chamber is always a really great agent to have on this map, just because you can get take such aggressive angles with that rendezvous and just get yourself out of harm's way. The main counter to that is actually the KO, because KO can suppress you if you're very deep into A or B main when you no longer have that rendezvous available. At best, you're getting maybe a 1 for 1 at that point, because you are not escaping with your life. And really, KO can be such a strong counter pick at times, and if someone doesn't take a KO versus agents like the Jet, like the Chamber, then that kinda just opens up a lot more space for them with
Choose
these
your
early.
agent.
So, Bergen, I don't believe they're actually taking a KO on this map. They've locked in the Brimstone, they've locked in the Sova, pretty staple picks at the moment, especially the Brimstone now getting the buff to the, Stim Beacon. It's a lot of fun watching this agent. You can just see some crazy run it down meta, people just sprinting across the map so quickly here. Always
Oh,
interesting to watch.
love me a cheeky Brimstone. But yeah, no KO pick coming out of there. They also had the Neon Hovered at one point. I was hoping we were gonna see her locked in, but that'll be the Chamber as well, and the Sova to mirror the opposite ends as well as the Brim. But the Sage and the Rain are different. So on the attacking side, I think they're going to rely really heavily on Kevin to create some space on those Leers and try and get them in. But of course, it's a two-half game. So I think clearly picked for playing both halves here, not super aggressive off the bat.
Oh, yeah. Always interesting to see where teams fade towards early on the pistol rounds. So far, everyone just kinda relaxing in spawn. The calm before the storm for Bergen.
And
Slightly
it
favoring the B side, though.
needs to
Might
be a
just get some early
pretty
fireworks.
I'd hope so. Yeah, it needs to be a pretty big storm for Bergen, with the task that they have up against them. Pistol rounds are fun to watch because of how scrappy they are. The rest of the game, the time to kill is so low. Usually you see a peak and that's the fight unless it can be traded. So pistol rounds, you can really see kind of what players do when they're under fire, going back for the recontest. Do they back away? Do they call in teammates? Gives them so much time in the middle of fights. But that spikes towards A at the moment.
Yeah, interesting. They actually decided to call off the play. Looked like there was definitely some deliberation going on in the comms there, as we saw players kinda not really pre-aiming anything, kinda just, dawdling around there for a moment here, but it looks like they've all regrouped around the A side, waiting for a peek, hoping someone gets over aggressive. So far, not really getting much, but as I say that, Boop, a little bit of unfortunate timing there. He gets tagged down to 45. That's a big shot. That's kind of what happens on the pistol rounds for Chamber. He's got such a hard hitting pistol at his wits. Now just playing around generator. might just have a lot to deal with on his hand if you're Wilts here. So far, the rotation's coming over, though. They could be 3 strong on the A side, and because there's no one hitting from tree, they're going to have to deal with this all up front and personal. Kevin's going to be the first one in onto the site. He gets headshot. Wilts is dancing around this generator right now. He's got one right behind him. The close quarters combat doesn't work out. He somehow gets 3, a fourth of the round. We may just see an ace early on here from Nova.
He wants it.
One
They push through
player
the
left.
smoke, baiting his teammate, and yep, the ace comes out for Wits on the KO. Perfectly timed. And a beautiful combination as well, right? As soon as the smokes come down on the attacking side, Cody drops him on the defending side. So they got to push through to get there. And because there's 3 on site, you know, they blocked out Heaven and they blocked out Tree, but Willis is just hiding there back at Jenny, so there's no way for them to fully clear out that line of sight without, you know, winning that duel. And of course, you don't win the duel, you can't clear out the site.
Yeah, Boop actually had like, I think 5 or 6 shots uncontested there with his back turn, but hey, if there's one rule about Valorant, it's that the players with their back turns are the hardest to hit. As I say that, it's another quick hit onto the A site. They're rushing. They might just get a bomb plant down this time around, but Wilts is there. He's omnipresent. He's got another 3K early on here. Boop can't hit the shot. It's a 4K. Nearly 10 kills across 2 rounds. Instead, it's only the 9 this time around, but Wilts is going to be more than happy to take that.
He's talking about stacking up the money. 4.5K and the buy already in their pocket. Jeez. That is good. 9 kills in just 2 rounds. That's a 4.5 average. You know, if my math checks out there, that's not bad.
That's insane.
That
yeah,
is
no
not
kills
bad.
across 2 rounds for Bergen. That's gotta hurt.
I like
but
the
when
change
Wilts
of...
is...
Go ahead.
Say that again?
I was going to say I like the change of pace. You know, rushing A on the pistol round. Obviously, it gives 4 free kills over to Wilts, but you got to go for something. And you don't want to give away your hand in terms of utility or strategy. So go for something fast. Try and catch them off their rhythm. That's how you'd start right there. Kill for plus. So now an advantage for the first time.
First kill, first advantage. It's first for everything around here, but we got a drone coming in. Cody just hides around it. They have no idea that he's sitting inside of the smoke. It's a double smoke. They kind of double take there, and Kevin's able to get the victory in the trade. 3v5 now. I love that they're slowing this down. They don't want to overcommit here considering how hard they've been tossing the grinder at the A side. A great read by Nova, though. They're already rotating one over. The moment they didn't hit A off the back of that, they realized the execute could be coming elsewhere. Plus, though, just that much better. So far, 3 for 0, favoring Bergen. This round's looking very clean.
Yeah, bonus round going exceptionally, or excuse me, bonus round not going very well for Nova. It's favoring Bergen here, who had the full weaponry. Wills comes out from the back, a good headshot and a weapon upgrade. So it's a 2v4. You could go for damage or you could carry weapons into the next, but it is a bonus right for Nova, so they have the money. I think they're going to look for frags. It'll have to be a clean win for Bergen.
Oh, Wilt, are you kidding me? Finally, the clip runs dry. It's the only thing stopping Wilt right now because it sure isn't the shots. Nunu now closing in on the fight. It's another headshot. One more left to find. How has this happened? Bergen, they had the round in their hands. They're finally going to escape. This shouldn't be enough time to actually defuse the bomb, but just for good measure, Boop comes back just to get him off of it. Everyone will drop this round, and for a bonus, you are going to be more than happy to see that as Nova.
Yeah, seeing as it was a 2v4 there in the post plant, that is actually worst case scenario for Bergen. Well, it could have been worse. Could have gotten the defuse, right? They got it half stuck, but this is not ideal because, as you said, bonus round for Nova. It doesn't matter if they all die. They can still salvage a pretty decent buy. Actually, they're going to go for, looks like just Eagles here, going with the Sheriffs. So light investment here. But on Bergen, they're going to have to drop all of their cash. Or excuse me. I got that mixed up. Bergen relegated to just the pistols, even though they got the round win there. And Nova can still muster up a pretty decent half buy here. So the advantage is with the team that lost the round because they took out all 5, got all of those kills, and the money that comes with it, in addition to the money from the first 2 rounds.
Ooh, Cody, perhaps a little bit overzealous there. Drop to the pistols. They will be able to recover this gun if they decide to smoke it off. I mean, with the way Wilts has been playing right now, with the stat lines he's putting up, you might as well call him Wilts Chamberlain because this is ridiculous. 11 kills across 3 rounds. That is not fair. Look, even just trying to retrieve this gun, they are getting forced back time and time again. Beefy has had all this time to push up mid, a fantastic angle. He has the opportunity to really shut this down, corral them in. The bomb has been dropped, but Boop gets the better of the imposter. It's going to be a gun recovered. They also have one A main, so they're slowly starting to upgrade their arsenal right now.
Oh, now they're running. Look at this rotation. Kevin's got a really aggressive angle, but there's no noise being made, so the jig is up. There's already one B. There's rotation coming in. I don't think Kevin's going to catch anybody out here. This might not be the perfect plan, but it's still a numbers advantage and a weapons advantage here.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, look at that berry time. When you have a Sova in the back of the site with an Odin, you can never really count the round over. He just mows down everyone. It's now suddenly a 1v3. This has turned on its head. And Kevin with only the Sheriff at the moment. I don't know how much you can actually get done here. Running down mid, I mean, 10 seconds left. Not a chance.
So they're fighting for an 8-match win streak here. They have a guy named Wilt on the team.
Oh, wow, that timing.
Oof, that could have been bad. At what point do you call them the Showtime Nova of the league here?
The Golden State Nova.
Yeah,
Honestly,
can we extend that metaphor from Wilt Chamberlain to the rest of the team?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like Wilt was kind of just backpacking everyone at the moment, but maybe he's just the Kevin Durant in the finals here with Nunu and Berry time, as with Clay and Steph. But we'll see. Okay, for a second there, I thought he was pulling out the Bucky. He actually tosses over the Bucky. So if this Bucky manages to get kills, and that is just crazy to see. Beefy just runs out. That's what I'm talking about. The early movement with that rendezvous now through the wall. Oh no, he's got plenty of damage layered down there. Look how quickly they have to capitulate the position on the B site. Kevin is able to get a headshot for himself though, but as they go for more fights, who better to do it than Wilt? He does get dropped low though. Look at his HP bar. That is red as ever. A ladybug landing on his foot could probably topple him at this point. Well, Cody's got a shotgun though, and he has some bad intentions with this weapon.
Ooh, another one
Beefy
taken
is
down there.
relentless right now. Are you kidding?
Wow.
Beefy. He didn't even have any utility to set him up there. He just dry peeks it. That's how you know they're feeling themselves.
Jeez. Oh my days, Beefy with the 4K built like a quarter pounder. Running out there. That is a lot of beef to handle. Both two players now popping off here. Granted, Wills with 14 frags doesn't leave a whole lot for the rest of his team, but Beefy trying to make some space where they can.
Are you giving me the stat padding argument right now? Are you saying he's stat padding?
I'm saying he's stat padding. No, it's like inflation, right? You know, when Michael Jordan's on your team, then it makes it look like everybody else isn't as good, but really, you know, that's what it takes to uplift greatness. I like the amount of basketball references we've made thus far.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I feel like you get a lot of parallels between some of the traditional sports and Valorant that not enough people could take advantage of. Cody, though, tucked in the corner, he has managed to get his way around this drone. And really, do they actually suspect this if they're Bergen? It's like Kevin has an inkling of an idea. He knows that this is possible. Did he see a gun barrel poking out? Because he looks pretty confident that Cody's in this corner. It's going to come down to the gun duel. The Sheriff versus the Vandal. The Sheriff's going to win it this time around. Kevin knows better. You're not sneaking anything past this guy.
That would have been...
Uh-oh.
Go for it.
It's the Odin.
Oh, no.
I'm just scared. I'm worried. Will they see him? They can't penetrate the wall, though. Instead, they just get mowed down again. It's Nunu and Wilt. Berry time does drop. Kevin is trying to make his last stand here. The Devourer, the Empress. He's got so much HP to work with. Yet again, it was a 2v3. 2v1 now. Bomb going down. Kevin is his guardian.
Spike planted.
5 bullets here for Beefy. 1 shot kill will do the job. Had a 4K in the last round, so this would be another time to pop off. Kevin's been so phenomenal, though. Currently in hell. And 1 outside of sight. There's the first, a missed shot.
Wow. Boom. Repeats that.
That's bold. That's a bold play. I would have expected a swing from his teammate, but Boop calls him off and goes for the repeat. Both of them on the tour de force. Hey, you gotta put momentum in your team however you can, and that would be the type of kill to do it. Just staring right down the gun barrel of your opponent and getting the trigger faster.
Sometimes psychopath gameplay is the best gameplay you could ask for here, and I mean, there are merits to definitely re-peeking that like a psychopath. Like, maybe Beefy does not expect the second peek and starts looking for his teammate elsewhere on the site, so you catch him unawares, but man, that was a quick re-peek. I would have been very nervous to see that, and Cody is not stopping his aggression here, despite it maybe not working out the last time, and this time it does. Chrono Helios just wanted to drone. Is that too much to ask? Now Nunu trying to peek out mid. Could get shot from the side here, though, really disregarding tiles. If Kevin found the timing there, that could have worked wonders. Instead, he's got another early peek to contest with. There's an operator just sitting pretty around B main. And this is the power of the chamber that we were talking about. When you don't have a KO to really prevent the teleport, he can do things like this. He can position himself at some ridiculous angles.
Yeah, he can get
Oh,
really
look at this
aggressive.
gap in the smoke.
Ooh, that's a peek.
He saw
Missed
Kevin.
it. Oh, has an inkling. Does anyone else cross, though? Kevin's deep.
Oh, he saw another. He wants it. Are you
Oh.
kidding? Psycho. What are you doing? This is Nova. Okay, this is Nova just feeling themselves at this point. I think they're just real confident at the moment. Kevin, though, he knows. He always knows where you are. If you're tucked in a corner or you're going for aggression, Kevin has smelled you.
30 seconds left.
Will's flashing himself in. He wants to be the man to do it. Instead, the orbital strike just used to secure the site. Just making sure the bomb can go down, and Boop has already cut off the circulation. He's mid. It's going to be difficult to remove him now as two players are there. 13 seconds on the round. He peeks out. He drops Wilt. He's going to need a teammate to revive him, but it's going to be difficult because it's a 3v1. Berry Time walks to the crosshairs, and Kevin puts him down. It's 4-3. Bergen is looking fantastic.
Yeah, we're talking about Wilts on one side, but Kevin in insane impact in back-to-back rounds, 3Ks in the last two, and all of them incredibly impactful, right? The first one, you go back to last round, pretty much single-handedly saves it and opens up that entire A site to let Boop come in and get the glory of the final kill. And here, does the exact same thing. His team gets onto the site and just holding on from Market to create the space that's needed. I mean, it's incredible.
It's Wilt's Chamberlain versus Kevin Durant. What can you do? The matchup of the ages. Plus now, gonna be leading in with the drone, but you can never count Cody out when he is always ready to go for some absolutely insane plays. Even layering the smokes on top of each other to make it that much more difficult to try and force yourself through. Is that a shotgun in his hand? Oh goodness. I've never seen a team, especially a team at the top of the standing, using the Bucky this often. That weapon I thought was done and dusted with in this meta. Ever since the nerfs hit, I haven't really been seeing it too much, but maybe Nova knows something that we don't, or maybe they just don't take, they're just not taking Bergen as seriously just yet. But Bergen, I mean, with these rounds they're stringing together, they're just going to be demanding respect at some point or another.
Yeah, they're making a case for it so far, and there's almost a contest here at mid. Oh, look at that. That spike's going towards A, and through the smoke, Boop takes down Wilt, so that's the heavy hitter gone.
Look at the rotation. So they have so many players coming through CT right now. There's about to be a whole lot of firepower on this site. Kevin's going to be the man on the front lines. He sees them all, but he can't get out of the way in time. Instead, he'll get dropped. The big shock dart, though, going to do plenty of damage. Beefy's armed with a pistol. Cody's got a shotgun, but what can you actually do with this shotgun if no one's giving you the fight? You're going to have to be the first man in. He gets dropped. Boop's got a 3K, and he's got a round with it. 4-4 is Bergen. They march their way back up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we talked about the dominance of Nova coming into this, right? But the scoreline is 4-4, and that's the last 3 rounds. All of them full gun, full buy rounds that Bergen had to contest Nova against. All of them very competitive in that sense. So you talk about the team who's actually come out here and looked better. Yeah, Wilt is at 15 kills, but as a whole, I think Bergen might actually be putting up an argument at the moment. All 4 of those rounds on buy rounds, right? They don't have the advantage of the pistol and then the bonus, or not the bonus, but the anti-eco of the second round.
Yeah, I mean, this has been momentums, the tides. They seem to be turning here. Looks like the second half is a different story, but second quarter, I guess you should say. Still first half, but let's see where the clutch factor lies. As Wilt is going to be the one to post up the defense. If there's anyone you want defending your site, it's going to be Wilt. But Wilt's, now that they know he's here, I mean, they could just call it off completely. And it's interesting to see that Bergen doesn't really prioritize Cat all that much. They send a single player here. Boop is going to be tasked with taking this himself.
Oh.
He's going to get the headshot, though, as Nunu just not ready for the peak. He gets bested there. If you're going to hear his counterpart reloading, though, and with the back turn, he gets just enough of the shoulder blade poking out to take him down. And now posted up, he's going to be crouched down. He gets Kevin knocked over. 4-3 now as Beefy has single-handedly taken this round by the reins.
Beefy's awareness there, right? To trade his agent out, his partner out at Catwalk, and then to turn around and look
30
towards
seconds
tiles,
left.
knowing that they could be switching sides after the initial aggression A, and Wilt's another. So that's the lurk gone. The spike very much committed to B now, but the rotation's been called over. So it's all on Berry time here.
Oh, what a spot. What a spot with this Odin. 14 seconds. He's going to hear these footsteps. He's going to see the second player. He's going to unload a storm of bullets through the wall. He doesn't need to see you to take you down. 5-4 as Nova back up.
Just when I was talking about Bergen coming in, looking like a real contender, right? Berry time, that's the second time with the Odin that he's completely shut down and taken over around there towards the end after a late rotation comes in. So I love that. I mean, taking Anchor truly by its name. I don't remember the last time I saw Berry time leave that B site. I mean, always ready, knowing that the rotation could come in.
That's where Sova shines, right? It's unless you have to leave the site, unless it's all important, then you are gluing yourself to the back of that site to boathouse, wherever you can really get those spam kills. As Boop gets scanned, feels like he doesn't really want that fight anymore, and too much information given up. Instead, we'll just back off to regroup with the team. They're all kind of pitter-pattering around A right now, hesitant to go because of all the aggression showed by Cody. And when you have Wilts on the site, that's enough to make any man second guess.
Say they haven't gotten the spike down without losing a kill first. If they can go in flawless, they might actually or get an opening pick. That might actually force Berry time off that B site, give him an easier chance. At least give him more control. Oh, and there's that escape. Beautiful. And the heal.
Yeah, that was worrisome for sure. Beefy has been doing such a good job of just being the first one to make the move here. It feels like Beefy's always taking the fights on his own terms. He gets a second. Mid is under lock right now, closed for business. Beefy is the one pulling all the stops here.
So aware. Again, takes out the opposing chamber.
30
Remember, he
seconds
lost that
left.
battle way back round 3 or 4 on the 2v1 clutch. This time wins it out from long range with the Vandal. So wins that battle top mid and then immediately knows there's going to be a player tiles. Wide swings that. Headshot. Perfect sequence. I mean, that is textbook. And only 10 seconds here. They got to go.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, 10 seconds, you're silenced.
And there's a smoke.
Nades are coming in.
That's
That
that.
might just be a save. Wow, a save with 3 alive. That you don't see that very often, but I mean, I hate to say it, but I think Nova's got him shook.
Yeah, 8 players alive here. We're getting rid of a DC potentially.
Ah, so that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and here's the timeout to come in. So that would explain it. I was like, what's going on? That would
Okay,
explain
perhaps
it.
not exactly shook, but a bit
Maybe it
of
was
unfortunate
shook, you know. Maybe it
technical.
was like you know, need that pep talk kind of moment. I mean, you can't, obviously, but maybe it was
The
like, this is
DC
too
was-
much. I can't handle it, and then you rage.
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
I
I'm
would
sure that's
hope
the
not.
case. Yeah. What is that? What is a basketball equivalent for that one?
You just walk
A
off the court,
rage
man. Well, it's
DC.
like what Paul Pierce did, you know, back when he was playing. Fake the injury.
Whoa! You're
That
talking
was for
about
other reasons. You know,
Paul Pierce? I
ultimately.
had a better career than Dwayne Wade. Paul Pierce, that guy.
Yeah.
The
That's
goat. The goat
old
hot
moves.
takes.
Goat of hot takes.
man.
Yeah, definitely not the go to playing as much as good as he was in his time.
Yeah, man.
As good as those Celtics were. You think how do you feel Bergen being a New Jersey squad feels about the Boston Celtics? Probably not great, I would imagine.
I mean, I'm sure they're all feeling like Paul Pierce out here, feeling like they would have won 10 championships on the Heat. But you know what? Maybe they can. Maybe they can hit a three-peat themselves here. It all starts with a little bit of momentum built, and now that Hero's back in the game, they have their squad assembled. 3 seconds left before we're back into this one. We're seeing more pressure towards this B side. We haven't really seen them pressure it early on here, and that's
Ooh.
probably why, because the arrow will get them exactly 0 information here.
Yeah, was
I
that a
don't
miss
believe that
start?
was on purpose.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
I'm
little
willing to
short.
bet that was a bit of a miss. And out mid, oh, that was
Ooh.
dangerous. Willing to peek without even having a shot ready, but Kevin forces him off the angle. That's going to get them a little bit of free real estate here as we see some early aggression. Finally, mid being grasped by Bergen here instead of the kind of the lazy takes they've been going with so far. Wilts now, he has a lot of room here to work with on A though, and a Beefy. He's putting players down mid. You may have forced him off the angle just momentarily, but he's back for more. They're asking where the beef is. I'll tell you, it's everywhere you don't want it. Cody now springs into action. He's got 2, he's got 3, a headshot to put the last player down. Plus is going nowhere here. 7-4 is Nova closing on this half strong.
Gotta let everybody get a chance to shine in on the contest, right? Cody finally gets their 3K. Everybody above 5 kills. So as much space as Wiltz has taken with 16 frags, everybody is able to show up and hold their own given the opportunity. Same can't be said for Bergen. It is the final round here. It won't be the cleanest buy in the world, but Boop does have that tour de force ready up. So 5 ultimates to use here. Will go up against 5 weapons. So this would be the chance for Bergen to go 7-5. The 7-5 is much easier when you have the advantage of the defense up next. That would actually be a pretty good half for them if they ended up 7-5, given what we've seen thus far.
Holy, this Hunter's Fury. It can do so much damage. He's already got 2 kills with it.
Wow.
Oh, goodness. And Bergen dies with 2 ultimates not used this round. They had all 5 ultimates ready at the beginning of it. That Hunter's Fury just evaporates them. And it's a 3v5 already stuck in the corner. That's another. Out comes the Meteor Strike. Cody just burns them down.
That
1 player left.
So frustrating. And Plus will do all they can, but 5 ultimates, 2 of them immediately taken off the board, and then beautiful chaining, actually, right? The molly from the KO from Wiltz to cut out that Cubby, and then Cody cuts off the escape with that ultimate too. So just great chaining, great communication. And I love the synergy between all of these different agents coming along, the synergy between their ultimates, between their util. That's how you know that this is a team that feels confident, right? They have a game plan. They know what they're doing. These were clearly intentional picks. They're not just comfort picks. There's a plan. Looks like
and we were talking about the early utility being so important on the map like Ascent, but it looks like Bergen is actually getting outdone on their own map pick here, but it is their chance to be the defenders early on, so this is really where the utility can shine here. Already, though, the wall being spammed down, it looks like Nova's not really looking to slow their momentum whatsoever, and Kevin, he's been spotted in this corner. He's got nowhere to go. Cody bursts him down. He's living the sweet life right now. Where is Zach? Laid out, Plus gets dropped. It's 2 men dead on the site, completely in the favor of Nova already. And this is not a great start to the defending side if you wanted to see it from Bergen. Cody's got a 3rd. Finally, he's taken out, but Wiltz, I mean, what can you say? What can you say? Nova's just overwhelming with their pressure right now.
Out of charges.
Hero, not a hero there on the 4 round. I like what you did there with the Zach and Cody reference, so I feel like I need to call that out. Give you a little bit of praise there. But that's a great pistol round, right? Just in your face on the rush, and that wall from Plus should have slowed them down too, but they ran right through it, and unfortunately Kevin gets timinged on the wide swing, and so that pretty much opens up the site from there. But if you look at the macro of the game, right, 9-4, this round should make it 10-4, and then for Bergen, that is uphill. Yeah, it's the defending side, but you got to go 6 rounds perfect before you can tie. You got to go 9 rounds to win. I mean, the odds are not in your favor.
Yeah, especially with a team like Nova. It feels like anyone could pop off at any given moment. They went for the read here. They tried to stack the B site, and it just doesn't work out for them. Beefy's got a 2nd headshot. The guy didn't even buy up. He's got only a pistol here. The imposter has been bested. Another headshot for the 3K on the round. He's on for the ace if he keeps going like this. Another headshot. This man is only rocking a pistol. Stop it. 1 more burst fire left. It's an ace for Beefy.
That is the 2nd ace of just this map alone. Nova are absolutely dismantling Bergen right now. First Wiltz in the first half. Now Beefy gets in on the action. We've seen Cody with multiple multi-kill rounds. I mean, everybody, given the opportunity, given the numbers, is taking these fights head on and dominating. And it's a round 3 operator. This is supposed to be their bonus round here. You're not supposed to fully invest here, but Beefy's going for it with the light armor anyway. On the attacking side, might I add. That is confidence.
Can't keep getting away with it. Don't do it to him, Beefy.
Don't do it to him. Fresh never frozen, man. That's what you get.
I mean, he hears the utility come out. Oh, dude, don't dry peek this with an op, Beefy, you psychopath. I'm glad that didn't hit. That was just
Nearly had it,
disrespectful.
but he wasn't punished for it. He wasn't punished
Yeah.
for it. That's the important thing.
I mean, at least, you know, live and let live, I guess. Boop now. He is lucky he didn't get tagged with that dart because he would have gotten spammed undoubtedly. Kevin, though, he's able to use his miss to get around the corner. Beefy just hits him regardless. Beefy, you're wrong with this guy, man. Just no remorse. Boop eventually puts him down. It's about time. As Hero peeks out heaven, he's going to get dropped. Cody hits him with the Spectre. A very hard angle to actually work with that gun, but he makes it happen anyways. 56 HP. It's very difficult to actually post up here, but he's just going to be jump spotting for the team right now. He sees one. It's the Sova who gets the dart off. Doesn't get much information, though, and Barry time is just up close and personal. This is a bonus round, by the way. They're rocking Spectres versus Rifles, and they're making it look easy. The jump spot is just buying so much time. There's only one player left. He's got full HP, but they're not giving him an inch. He can't even find anyone right now.
It was 4-4. And since then, Nova have been on an absolute tear. They bought the operator on the last round, and look at that. Immediately coming out again on this round. Beefy found immediate impact with that op. And then, of course, Spectres against the Vandals, and Bergen still couldn't hold down that defense. So this being their map pick, I mean, that is good evidence as to why Nova are the clear favorite here. Not just in this matchup, but also in the entirety of the league.
Yeah, it's just insane. Kevin, though, he hears us talking, and he wants to put an end to our yapper. He's got a headshot early on. He takes out the opposing Reyna. That being said, though, I mean, there's only so much you can do when they're just clotheslining you with these quick peeks. Cody's got another headshot. 11-4. It may just be 12. Round point here is... Boop, we'll have to look away from that one. Gets tagged by the dart, though, and here comes Beefy. The train is rolling, and the momentum is not stopping. Hero back up to heaven. Not for long, though. He gets taken out of this round. Plus, look at the wrong way. It's a 4K. Beefy nearly with another ace. 12-4 as Nova knocking on the door of a quick first round end. First map, I should say.
They smoked off that A side. The smoke is great, but when you're playing with the confidence of Nova and you have the utility that they have at their weapon, you can just go right through it, right? Wilts can flash. Cody can smoke off other areas. Barry Time and Wilts both can give you the info, and of course, Nunu can push right in. So can Beefy alongside them, because if Beefy gets in trouble, they can just TP out. So there's so many ways to open up a fight. I said at the beginning of the game, this was an incredibly aggressive comp. I was hoping they'd bring the aggression on the defense. They did. But this is the side that they picked this composition for. They were not banking on dominating the defensive side as much as they were. It was all picked for the attacking side. And look at how easily they pushed into this B side as well. Fully taken down. Boop will get a trade, but that's about it for now.
Beefy was alone, by the way, when he was getting those kills mid. This guy is a menace to society. He has to be stopped. Someone needs to report this guy. Barry Time, he's got one with the Hunter's Fury. It's already a 2v5. This round hasn't lasted more than 15 seconds. Boop should get one with his back turn. He takes out his knife at the wrong time, and he's going to get evaporated. Cody does it again. The last man standing, not for long. Map 1 goes the way of Nova, and they made it look easy. 4 rounds is all you will get if you're Bergen before you get absolutely wiped off the face of this map. And man, oh man, that was just a disgusting showing. Nova, you are absolute animals right now, and the ball is completely in their court. We'll see what Bergen has to do about it, but as for now, man, oh man, is Nova looking clean as a whistle.
Yeah, if you go back and you check the VOD at 4-4, I said, oh, hold on, Bergen might actually be putting up a fight here. You know, maybe they're showing up to the big gun, right? David versus Goliath. No, not the case, right? Goliath is just going to step on him. Jeez, yeah, Nova looked absolutely unstoppable, right? Let Bergen get a couple of these gun rounds, but all you really need is one, and then you go, okay, things are clicking here. We know what we have to do to beat this team. And again, their composition was picked for that aggressive style that they clearly wanted to play there, and they fully took advantage of it, right? Pushing smokes, wide swinging these angles, right? Going back for these double peaks, and playing together, chaining their utility together as a team. I think the last round of the first half beautifully sums that up, right? Chaining together 4 different ultimates along with utility to just completely wipe out the team before bullets even fired. This team has a clear idea of what they want to do. That's why they're 7-0 looking at 8-0. And honestly, with that performance, I would be surprised if we even take it to a third map. I'm sure Bergen would like to, but after the way they just got dismantled on their own map pick, things are very much in Nova's favor. This break here, there's going to be a big pep talk needed. Miracle on Ice style pep talk needed for them to even have a chance in map 2.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough, and I mean, hey, you come for the king, you better not miss. And it's like the story
Yeah.
of David and Goliath. If David were to swing his sling, hit himself in the head with it, and knock himself out for the victory for it, a bit anticlimactic, but we'll see. I mean, the whole point of David and Goliath is when you think he's down and out, he wins it anyways. So maybe
Yeah,
that's exactly what we're being
it's true.
set up for. So with that being said, we will be tossing it over to a short break, but don't go anywhere. When we are back, we will have the second half of this tale. Do we get David and Goliath, or do we get David David
We just get David. I don't know.
David's horrible, no good, very bad day? So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We'll see you then. Welcome back, welcome back. We are here with the NJCAAE Match of the Week. It's our second map between Nova, it's Northern Virginia Community College versus Bergen Community College. It's the Bergen Bulldogs. That first map was it was close. It was competitive for the first 8 rounds. Then after that, it was all Nova show there. They completely dominated to close out the map, and really with that being Bergen's pick, it's anyone's guess who could actually bring this one home. And by anyone's guess, I mean my guess, and I'm guessing Nova probably, but that's the thing. That's the thing about Valorant. These different map changes can bring you some crazy different results. So sometimes even if you lose your first map, the change of pace that a second map can bring can really turn the tides here. And Shakir, what do you think what do you think the Bulldogs need to change here if they really want to bring this one home? I know on the break you were giving me a little bit of the copy pasta. Bergen just needs to work on their communication, headshots, all that. But if you had to choose one thing, what are you leaning towards first?
Yeah, I was feeling a little bit like a copy pasta. I also didn't do a good job of selling this map too when we went to the break initially because of how one-sided it seemed. But honestly, you're right when you said that it was competitive for 8 rounds. And yeah, it was only 8 rounds on their match pit. But when you look at what Bergen did, those 4 wins that they had, that's exactly what they needed to do, right? And that's control the tempo. Don't let Nova get aggressive without taking these punishments. And ultimately, once that confidence started to feel in the later stages of the map, they were able to not just take aggression on one side of the map, but also in other areas, pairing up together to make sure that that aggression wasn't going punished. So Bergen need to adjust themselves in a way that is a lot more reactionary, right? If they're going to let Nova get aggressive, then they have to be able to flip the script on a dime and turn the aggression on them by reacting somewhere else on the map. So that's what I want to see. Some more space being taken by Bergen. And they did a good job of that in the 4 rounds that they won, right? If you look back at it, in a 5-round span, they won 4 rounds, 4 or 5 rounds, and almost all of them were gun rounds. So they have what it takes to be a competitive team. They
Select
just
your
let Nova
agent.
play their game way too much. So control the tempo, get a little bit of space, react elsewhere on the map when you're being faced with aggression. And that should open up some doors for Bergen here. It's a big challenge, though, considering that Haven is Nova's map pick.
Yeah, but here's the main difference I see between these two maps. You see first bloods, like defensive first bloods, a lot less often on Haven. Like these early aggressive moves you can make on Split with things like the Chamber. You don't get it quite as often on Haven unless you're playing like an absolute psychopath, which honestly I wouldn't put it past Nova because
Wouldn't
of
put it past him.
how beefy was playing, especially now that he has the jet in his hands. I mean, and plus you get Nunu on the chamber, so 2 agents that can actually take some really aggressive early angles and then get, either dash or teleport themselves back to safety. I really wouldn't be surprised to see them making more insane psychotic moves early on, but hey, if it ain't fixed, don't broke it. It seemed to be working out before. Yes, it's a different map pick, and yes, Haven isn't quite as forgiving as Ascent can be with some of these early moves, but, if you can still hit your shots, sometimes strategy can be thrown out the window because you're just better. So Nova feeling themselves, Nova feeling confident. It's up to
Yep.
Bergen to demand that respect and to teach them a lesson about humility.
It's going to be a tall task, though, because look at this Nova composition, right? You have Jet in Chamber, 2 agents who can get really in your face aggro because they have escapability, and 3 flashes, Breach, KO, and Omen. They want to play aggressive. They want to play in your face, but they've already been spotted.
Ooh. Oh,
Tags
come
going their
on,
way.
Beefy.
Ooh,
Come on,
doesn't care.
Beefy.
Yeah.
Look at him go. I mean, he's tagged Hero twice now. 2 sheriff body shots. Everyone's already so low. It's Beefy, just the one-man army. Wiltz, he's probably gonna get taken out here as he jumps through the window, flash in hand. 2 headshots as well. The flanks are starting to come in. Hero's doing everything he can, but he's just getting overwhelmed. I mean, just the way the cookie crumbles. Nova doesn't even have to leave their base to just destroy everyone.
Look, you knew that was going to happen, though, right? They get that first kill. They threw a lot of utility to try and lock down that A short site because, of course, they're gonna look towards A on the pistol round. That's what you do like 60-70% of the time, it feels like, especially at this level of play. So they bank on that, and they put a lot of util there. But that's what I want to see out of Bergen, right? There was an action out of Nova to heavily contest that A site, and I need to see the reaction to go elsewhere on the map and to go elsewhere fast. They had to kill in mid. That's where you go. You push the team together, and Beefy already again.
He's got a rifle, bro. He's not even respecting right now. No respect from Beefy, man. He's willing to give up a rifle if he gets caught here. The only thing is he's not getting caught. He's got 4.
You're terrible.
They're too slow. Gets the first pick up mid, and he runs it down. You know that's what they're going to do if you're Bergen. They've got to be ready to react on a dime. They've got the weapons advantage here, but Beefy's second round buying the Vandal. And then the 4K, the push off the opening. I mean, it's as disrespectful as it gets, honestly, at the moment. 7 frags. Remember, Wiltz had 9 in the first 2 rounds of map 1.
That's the thing about Nova, man. You never really, like, anyone can pop off on this team. They're all that good, and Beefy just dashes forward. I mean, come on now. Nunu kind of stutter steps early, shows a little leg, wants to entice them out. Gets a headshot and teleports out. He wins the trade without giving up much. And I mean, this is just so demoralizing because the worst part is, like, you're not even getting close to the site before you're getting mowed down here. Beefy! A 3K out of nowhere! He's RKOing the team! It's 4 on the round, on for an 8 already!
He wants it. They want to give it to him, too. Look at Beefy finally taken down, but Cody comes around the outside, and that is 3 straight. That's the bonus one by them, too. Their money is going to be so good. But this defense, too, look at how confident they're playing. They 5-stacked, basically 5-stacked Garage in C. B was relatively open, and A was wide open. So, again, you spot 2 players Garage. What's the reaction from Bergen? You got to tuck tail and go the other way, right? Get some other space elsewhere and punish if you find a lone player that's looking for an advantage. They're not doing that. They're trying to play Nova heads on in their own game. When you fight fire with fire, you only get more fire. You just burn yourself.
Oh, no. Man, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Bergen can't seem to move. This is why it's Nova's map pick, because it seems like they've played this 1,000 times over. They're Doctor Strange. They've seen infinite possibilities. And Cody, what is this, man? He's maybe a little even too disrespectful at that point, but it doesn't seem to matter because when he falls, everyone else will catch his rebound. 4-0 as Nova just steamroll themselves ahead. They've
and Beefy has 13 kills over 4 rounds, so 10 more than the
dropped
entire
maybe
team combined. The way Cody died there off the teleport, by the way, I'm sure in the multiverse there is a world where Cody gets the slick TP behind and turns around on Kevin and gets the kill. And it would have been absolutely sick, and it would have been a great highlight play that you put on your real Tristan, but you know, they'll just take the round win instead. 4-0, no hope for Bergen and Nunu. Opening up 2, and there's Cody to add the second, and they're trapped there in mid. Look at this defense compressing down on them.
I think the worst part is they know this garage push is coming. They have people waiting for it every round. They just can't stop it. And Beefy now in their base, they're hunting right now. They're hunting these kills. There's 1 player left. Hero is stuck trying to post his lone defense. There goes the tripwire. There goes his noggin. 3 on the round for Nunu this time. And I mean, Nova is just this is Goliath just kind of smushing David's head.
Yeah, David forgot the slingshot at home, I guess, by the looks of it. Wiltz, by the way, no kills. Operator out, but no kills. And that's not any fault of Wiltz. That's just because everybody else is just getting to the other team faster. I mean, they are literally running it down. But they might have made the right call here, right? 1 on C. Looks like everybody's leaning in towards that eastern side of the map. So if they go quick, Bergen might actually have a shot.
It's so crazy too because it's like Wilt was presumed to be their star player as of the last map, and he has 0 kills over 5 rounds. Normally, you'd think that's a terrible thing. Oh no, Wilt is underperforming. They must be losing this map, but instead, he doesn't have to get any kills. He could be AFK for all he cares this map so far, and his team would still be putting in some insane work. Cody again with an insane teleport. It works this time! He got a 3K off of that! How is it possible? It shouldn't be, but it's 6-0. When you don't get your highlight play the first time, try again. 16 HP, he gets 3, and Nova halfway to getting their 12-0 start. And I mean, do you think we get a perfect game here potentially? I don't want to call it too early now, but I mean, Nova's making me a believer.
It's possible because Bergen also doesn't have the utility needed to combat that, right? They had the open run down towards C-Long, but there was a smoke there in their way. The only person who could have flashed them through, Kevin, TP'd way back behind everybody in towards their opponent's spawn, and also couldn't find any impact off of that, by the way. But they had 4 players just stuck behind the smoke because nobody could push through. And here's the rush up mid. They're going to play safe here, try and get a crossfire up at spawn.
Look at this.
No.
This is not an easy angle to hit, by the way, for Boop. He is not exactly
that's a tight angle.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult. If someone goes, like, sprinting through, you got to hit a crazy
just going to dash through.
Oh, man, they're slowly starting to work this one out. They're going to hear it coming. He makes it hard to hit. Beefy, how do you get 2? How do you get 2 there, Beefy? You walked into 5. Instead, Wilt will get 1 with his operator. There's Berry Time chiming in. 1 last left. Boof, he has 3 shots left. 3 kills to find. He's going to try and teleport around, but I mean, he's looking in circles, trying to hit a 360 no-scope. 7-0 Nova. This is looking absolutely disgusting. They can't even find solace in their own base, huddled together. They're just waiting for the end.
Yeah, BP dashing through for 15 frags. 15 frags in 7 rounds. Everybody on the Nova side, aside from Wiltz, has more frags than everybody on the Bergen side. This is not looking great. And I don't really know what you can do, right? Because I think, you know, you got to be able to react, but they don't have the utility to match up against the aggression that Nova's bringing to the table.
Okay, operator shots traded back and forth, 1 for 1 so far. Berry Time looking to make the numbers sway back into Nova's favor. There's the fault line. He's going to try and stun up, going to try and put him away. And I mean, Boop is just being harassed by this constant utility. It wasn't the shots to put him down. It is the utility. Beefy gets a headshot, a second. 2-piece and a soda coming up as Hero will try and post his Alamo defense, and it just won't happen. Beefy running and spraying, and it still works out. This man can do no wrong right now as Nova puts themselves 8-0. It's 5 rounds before them and a sweet 2-0 victory.
If you're just joining us, welcome to Awesome Games Done Quick, a stream that happens every year. We watch teams speedrun different video games.
Huh.
Nova are blasting right through Bergen at the moment. What can these New Jersey folks do, right? I'm expecting them to bring out that Jersey Shore energy, maybe that Atlantic City boldness. I don't know what other traits define New Jersey.
Forget about it. I'm walking here.
They are not forgetting about it with how scared they're playing. This is very un-New Jersey. Not a lot of stereotypes here. Honestly, for Bergen, unfortunately for them.
Oh man, they're playing deathmatch at this point. Just running through, running and gunning. 3 for Nunu now. It's Chrono Helios. Come on, you got this, buddy.
What's going on?
He doesn't have any kills just yet, and I don't think he'll be getting one here. No, not the knife. Oh, it's brutal. Stop it.
Should we call their parents?
We should call the police.
This team, by the way, 5-2. Right, not that far behind in the standings from Nova. Right, this is an upper tier team. So Nova, I mean, just to give you an idea of how far ahead they're playing right now, and I wonder what would happen, right, if we turned off after map 1 and we came back in 2 days and we played this map, right? Would Bergen be playing like this? Would Nova be playing like this? I'm curious. if it's
Oh?
just confidence from that first map.
You will not kill
My God, look how quickly the rotations are coming over too. They're so bloodthirsty. Uh-oh, 2 kills to start off. Bergen finally has the advantage in a round. This is possible. Wilson's stuck in the corner. He's gonna get taken out. This is it. This is the moment you've been waiting for. 1 player left. There's still 5 alive. Boop has the angle. He takes it out. It's a flawless round. But get about it. You're not getting no perfect game here.
Ooh, it would have been nice to cast a perfect game, wouldn't it? But pedal to the metal. That's exactly what I said, right? There's the action from Nova, and what's the reaction, right? You gotta meet them. And normally, they're just sitting there like ducks, no utility or anything. But here, they take it head on. You either take it head on or you go 80 miles the other way. And so far, they've been getting trapped in the middle. So now, right, they get into this fight, and they push right through, get behind him, and then take the challenge when they're least expecting him, right? Taking control of the tempo. And there's Boop starting off with the tempo early here as well. So that's another great sign for Bergen.
You know what's better than casting a 13-0? Casting a
Playing.
9-0 comeback. Where they go 13-9 as Kevin, he's got a second. Here comes the breach utility. He's going to try and use that Rolling Thunder to pick up a few. He only gets the 1, though, before Boop takes his vengeance. 2 players left on the round, 2-4. Surely they shore this one up. Kevin, he'll take out his opposition. Cody goes down. Only the single player left, and it looks like we may just see back-to-back rounds for Bergen here. Perhaps this is where we see the all-important shift of the tides. Wilt is the only man left standing, and he is going to need to do something absolutely drastic if he wants to bring this round through. The Preston one gets a little bit of info there, but Kevin, he shows up when his team needs him. 3 kills in the round. It's 9-2 now as we slowly start to approach the half. One round left, and wouldn't it be oh so nice to get that tiny bit of momentum started? The spark to ignite the flame as you head into the half.
9-3 is a whole lot better than 10-2. When your opponent has double digits, things look a little bit worse. And look at this double op, Boop and Kevin. It's important also, these last 2 wins, pretty dominant. A lot of players alive in both of those 2-round wins. So now I think they have an idea of what to do. 3 operators. Okay, so they're really trying to punish aggression here. And look at Nova. They know they've been punished 2 rounds prior. So only 1 player aggressing up mid right now, but they've taken a lot of space.
Go aggressive, cowards!
Look at Nunu. Look at Nunu. Are they going to expect this?
He sees the head of one just poking out, but doesn't get anything for it. Instead, he just retreats back mid. No one else there to really support him, and so Nunu will make the wise decision to get himself out of dodge. Yeah, very surprised he got out there, but I mean, that's just the fear they've been striking in the team as Nunu actually goes back for more. Of course he does. Of course he does. And finally, this time, his hand is caught in the cookie jar. He goes down as Kevin starts to walk his way up mid, but out comes Beefy. 2 quick headshots, looking for a third. Only loses a single shot of HP, and he wants even more. Wouldn't you know it is Beefy with 3 in this last round of the half. Goes very convincingly to Nova. I'm walking in, Nova says. Stop it. I want my 13-0. 21-4.
How in the world does Nova shift walk from B all the way up into window, jump up, then jump back down with 5 people shooting at him, then shift walk all the way back up B, and then turn around and still get a kill?
Because he's walking here.
He's walking. That shouldn't happen. That should not happen. That is an attack that's absolutely falling apart. They have one job on the attacking half, right? And that's to attack. Where is the attack, Tristan? Where is the attack? That is why Bergen basically threw that round away. It could have been 9-3. Come out here, you win the pistol, you win the anti-eco. You're looking at 9-5, 9-6 even if you win the bonus. This could have been a very different storyline. I'm frustrated.
Look what you're doing to this man. He's breaking.
I'm frustrated. This is
microphone.
winnable.
I
feel like I'm in the game with them.
This microphone is broken. Is this what you want, Bergen? Is this the reality you want to live in? Everyone's blinded. It's doomed. Nunu's got 3 again. How many times have we seen that out of this guy? 3K after 3K. Him and Beefy are just combining for the Powerpuff Girls. I don't know who the third one is. Probably Cody, as he's got 11. Oh, man.
Yeah, sugar spice and everything nice.
Yeah. Sugar spice and gunning people down in the streets. Beefy is
Ooh,
an absolute
you
juggernaut.
and I watched very different kids shows growing up. That was the New Jersey edition, maybe.
Yeah, they've gobbled their last ghoul. It's spiraling out of control right now. 11-2 now as Nova looking to put the finishing touches on their masterpiece. Only one player on the C site and already suppressed. You're not going to get much utility out that way. Plus is just cowering right now in the corner. So afraid of the action coming his way. He's hiding. Cody already barreling through. He's got a shotgun. Don't get up close and personal with this guy. He's got one. Looking for a second, but the clip runs dry. Instead, Beefy is there to cover his tracks. This is ridiculous. A third. 14 HP is all he needs when he can gun you down that quickly. It's 12. One more for Nova to wrap this one up.
Beautifully done. They know they have the advantage, right? It's the anti-eco. They've done a half buy here. Bought up as much as they could. Couple judges, specters, right? Weapons that can work when you're running and gunning at close range. And they're playing an aggressive comp, right? 3 flashes. And there's a smoke on there. Plus, you have your jet. You have your chamber, right? So all you do, hold your W key. And hey, it works. There's nothing Bergen could have done, and that's okay. Right, that's their round 2. But now they have to play perfect. They haven't been doing that thus far at all. So this is a tall task. Luke takes a couple of shots. Wiltz takes him down. Not the greatest start.
Hey, take it easy, huh? Take it easy. Get him onto the A site. Beefy's got another headshot. Wilt has the flank. He's gonna see him walking here. 36 HP.
Oh.
Hero actually turns this one back around. Are you kidding me? He may have just gobbled his last ghoul. Cody's got a shotgun. He's up close and personal. My own. Take it easy. He's got a shot. One more man to find. It's plus. Oh, here come the knife. Oh, don't do it. He's walking here. Oh, you're kidding me. Nova, 13-2. It's ridiculous. How can you let this happen? Maron.
I just felt like I was in The Sopranos there for a second.
Ah.
We turned HBO on. What a rundown. I mean, wow, we predicted a one-sided map here, but that one, right, you go back at the 12-4 scoreline of map 1, right, but some of those rounds felt competitive, right? The only 2 rounds that ever felt competitive here were the 2 rounds that went to Bergen. Every other round was very much in favor of Nova here. Sometimes you look at the scoreline and you say, oh, that wasn't representative of the game. It was close. This was very much representative of the game. It was a shutdown.
Take the win, leave the cannoli. That was pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie. 13-2. I mean, when you said that was a rundown, you really meant it. They were actually getting run down.
Yeah.
They didn't get to leave their base for most of the first half.
It was the W key.
It was not. It seemed like so hopeless from the start when you get that little respect. You have to at least get them out of your face to start these rounds off, but they couldn't do it. It was just constant pressure, throttling their neck. The foot was on the gas and was completely led. There was no way they could get them off. And Nova is just looking like the team to beat in this series. I mean, with playoff coming up, Nova, who's going to be the one to finally end their reign of terror here? At the moment, it doesn't look like anyone can, but it's Nova's season to lose, and it's everyone else's season to try and pick apart the weaknesses. But as for now, we just got to witness greatness. That is Nova cleaning up a nice 2-0 to finish up this match of the week. Shakir, this was a lot of fun to cast. I hope you had as good of a time as I did, and I hope all of you guys watching at home had a great time spectating this. And for you Nova fans, you get to go to sleep tonight sitting pretty. You get to shut your eyes and have yourself a nice 8 hours after that one, knowing that your team is firmly atop the bracket. That being said, though, that's going to do it for us here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you to the Army for sponsoring this. We're happy to have you guys. Army National Guard, big shout outs. And until next time, this is Tristan Cass. This is Shakia. We're signing off, baby.